What's up, guys? Welcome to the Hollywood Dreams podcast. This is episode 12, and get ready because this one is not for the faint of heart. For today's episode, I talked with two Sunset Strip superstars, Kane and JP, aka Jonny Pleasure, from the band Legs Up. Be ready for an almost 2-hour delusion where we cover everything from Danny almost getting killed by a telephone cord, partying like animals, to touring the US, and general debauchery. Much like the Bon Jovi song says, these guys, they've seen a million faces and rocked them all. So without further ado, raise your hands for the almighty up.
The fuck is going on? It's been a while, motherfucker. This is Danny, man. And don't forget about my fucking picture. I'm sick of seeing me out of that fucking picture in that band, dude. Trust me.
Yeah, sorry
for that. Jonny Pleasure's right here, man.
Sandy, what's up, man? JP, what's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, I just want to say thanks for having us, man. Appreciate it.
Oh man, it's my pleasure, man. I've been wanting to do this for quite a while now. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, man. We appreciate it.
It's my pleasure having you here. So it's been a while since you guys been doing interviews, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So okay, but you guys do you guys hang out regularly or stuff like that? You guys
I mean, for the past, we'll get into that, I guess. But it's not like I see him every weekend, but every couple months for sure, especially in the summer.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or just bullshit like this, or he's busy, man. We work, man. We're busy, and he lives kind of far from me, but we do get together for shit like this and other stuff.
Yeah, we do. We hang out. We're still in contact either by phone or.
And we talk almost every day, and we text almost every day.
Yeah, so we're in contact a lot.
Right.
Okay, that's awesome.
I'm in contact with the lead singer a lot too. We both are. I mean, yeah. So Chris is. We stay in contact with the majority of the band members still. We're still all friends and everything.
He does. He does. The other guitar player, Jade, has not spoken to me in 31 fucking years. This cocksucker. And Jade, if you are listening to this, you cocksucker, fuck you. I love you. Okay, go on.
But yeah, no, I haven't talked to Jade in a while either. But I mean, I'm cool with everything and everybody, so it's good. Mm-hmm. So it's all good. I mean, like I said, everybody's moved on with their lives. Things happen in life, and that's just the way it is. You know what I mean?
I consider JP a fucking brother, and there's just no doubt about it. And he's complete family, and he's been through a lot of stuff with me after Legs Up. I mean, unbelievable stories.
Yeah.
And
yeah, no, Danny's actually paying me to be here today. No, that's not true. That's sarcasm. No, it's all good, man. We're having a blast. We're having a good time, and we went through a lot of stuff back in the Legs Up days and back in the Sunset Strip days, and we did a lot of cool things, and it's cool that people still remember.
They drove me absolutely fucking insane 24 hours a day, and they know it. All they did was, let's see if they can get Danny Kane as pissed off as they can get me. Did you not?
We took shifts. We had first shift, second shift, third shift.
It was brutal.
So how did you guys meet?
Let me start real quick. Like I was saying before, I got a call from a very good friend of mine to come out to LA. I was in that band, and then not going to get into that. I was in 2 other bands, and then I was just out there. And I remember I went home for a while, came back to LA, trying to figure out what I was going to do, and I got really, to be honest with you, I don't remember much of this shit. I drank a real lot back then. That's why he's here. Fuck him, honestly. Anyway.
You can see how much we're still friends because we joke around all the time about shit.
So and if I get lost, I'm smoking a little weed, just whatever. It is what it is. Anyways, I hope my fucking work doesn't hear this shit. Anyways, I
always go back and work for the exchange.
Yeah, right. So I'm sorry, man. I'm going off the whole thing. So, anyways, I get a phone call. I'm not even sure I got it. But I had their tape. We were just talking about this, and I listened to their tape. And this is, long story short, I'm not a copy guy. I'm not good at playing copy music. In the other two bands, I was playing other people's songs, their guitar players, their demos. Basically, I was copying in those two bands. When I was in Legs Up, I heard Legs Up's demos, and I was like, I can freaking add some shit to this, dude. This is right up my fucking alley. And we did the rehearsal, and it was with what the fuck's the drummer's name?
Jonny Pleasure.
Jonny Pleasure, who's the drummer in the movie Almost Famous, by the way.
Yeah. He's also an Ohio guy. He came from Massillon. Yeah. So, and him and I and Chris played in the previous band before we all moved out to Los Angeles. So
the ties were there.
The ties were there. The friendships were there.
And I had no idea
and the musical ability was there. So
great freaking drummer, man.
Great drummer.
So I don't even remember. We probably talked some bullshit. Next thing I jumped to in my memory is the audition, and I learned a couple songs, and I wrote my solos to those songs. One of them was actually written by a friend of ours named Darren Robinson. Rest in peace, my dear friend. And I'm honored that I got to play his song, and that's the damn truth. And so anyways, I learned that song and a couple other things, and we got to rehearsal. It was just Chris, Johnny, me, and a drummer, Johnny Fedovich. And man, we just started playing, and everything it locked in for some reason. I saw the singer looking at Johnny, and they're looking back and forth. Then we just started some blues stuff, just out of out of nothing. You know what I mean? It was grooving hard. So we knew we had, so I'll get up to that part anyways. Well, and then there's another guitar player that comes involved within a day.
I mean, it was kind of cool because I'm the one who initially called Danny to come and, try out, so to speak, because, we were looking for somebody that would just fit what we were doing. And we got to rehearsal. Jonny Fedovich was on the drums, and, we just came together and we started jamming, and next thing you know, it was like, all right, this is working. It was like, I don't want to say this cliche thing, but like when you have lightning strike or so, or what, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it was really cool.
Basically, from what I remember, we just knew it.
Yeah,
okay, this goes forward. Fuck this. Yeah. It wasn't even talked about. I was in the fucking band. Yeah, it wasn't like, hey, let's call Danny, or hey, do you want the other guy or the other guy? Yeah. No. Fuck it. It felt right, real good. It did. And then this other guitar player, Jay from Arizona, I just remember some fucking blonde dude at practice one day, and all of a sudden Jay's in the fucking band.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool, good. I can be sloppy as fuck as I want. I can run around, do whatever the fuck I want, because I got a guitar player now to cover my ass if I fuck up. Yeah. Which that's fine with me. I love that. And Jay was a big drinker. Fuck, I was a big drinker.
Right.
We got along great, man. I love fucking Jay.
We all drank.
And right. And then then the first song we wrote was Shooting Up the Town. And I remember writing that in the fucking studio.
Yeah.
I mean, the background, everything just, and just everything just.
It clicked for us.
And we actually had a different drummer then. And then within minutes, Rachel was in the band.
Yeah.
And he was just like, man, look at this fucking guy. Look at the way this fucking cocksucker looks.
Yeah.
And he's got a quick double bass. I said, let's go, man.
Yeah.
And we honestly, we were just, honestly, if I could put that whole fucking couple of years into a nutshell, and you always hear these fucking stories. Well, I don't bullshit, man. It was music. It was just all of us. Hey, what are we doing today? Music. Rent, all that shit was secondary. Rent, electric bill, gas bill. I'm on the phone constantly talking to these fuckers not to shut our fucking asses up. When I first met him, he was living in a truck. I had to bring him in and fucking come live with me for a while. Right. Don't you remember fucking you were living in your truck? I said, there's no way. I had just met him within a day.
Yeah.
I'm not letting you sleep in your truck.
Right.
And I was so pissed, and you were like, fuck you. I took you in where I was living.
Right.
And that was the bond right there that we had that day, because I didn't even know you.
Right.
But I already knew this is a guy I'm playing with.
Yeah.
We're brothers, let's roll.
Right.
And that's just fucking how shit happened. But the bills, food, all that bullshit. It was that was all fuck that. It's the music. We'll get rent and all that shit later.
Yeah.
And that's how you had to be. And you hear about all the fucking stories where girls and bring food in. Fuck yeah, that all happened. Of course it fucking happened. Right. In fact, girls with open-toed shoes weren't allowed in our fucking apartment.
Right.
It was a fucking rule.
Yeah, I was crashed out in my back of my truck. I was sleeping behind the Taft building on the corner of Hollywood and Vine. I was hanging out there, but you know what? It was just a great time because I was playing rock and roll and I knew that's what I wanted to do, and I was like, cool, man. I didn't have a regret about it at all. So Danny hooked me up with a place to crash, and and we just knew we were all just like instant brothers and shit, and it just it was a good time.
Man, and then go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. So all of this happened in Ohio, or was it in LA?
Oh, this is all LA, man. This is all LA.
There's some stuff. Let me clarify this. There's some stuff on the internet that if you look up Legs Up, it says that we were formed in Ohio. That is totally wrong.
Right.
Legs Up was not formed in Ohio. Chris was from Ohio. I'm from Ohio. We did not know Rachel, who happens to be from Ohio. And we didn't meet Rachel until we were out in Los Angeles. He was actually a roadie for a band called Liquor Sweet. And he wanted to play drums for us. And that's how he basically got the gig, and he fit right in. But yeah, if you look at stuff on a Google search, it says, or a Wikipedia or whatever it is, it shows up. Hell, I can't even remember. But it says we were formed in Ohio, and that's not true. Legs Up was formed in Los Angeles because that's where all of us came together, and that's where the name actually happened. It happened. Legs Up, actually, the name came from Slam and Gladys's song, and that's when Darren was actually playing guitar.
Yeah, there was 2 guitar players before me.
You're right, and there was, and we came up with the name. We decided on the name Legs Up, and that's it was formed out in Los Angeles. So everybody's always saying, "Oh yeah, don't believe everything you read on the internet," and I know that for a fact.
And the one thing that's cool about it is I had my crowd from the 2 previous bands, and they had their crowd. You know what I mean? Because they had done a couple shows.
We had done a couple shows,
and then the band it broke up. Both guitarists kind of left, and then we came back. Then all that shit went down. We got together. So when we went into our first show, it wasn't like we were playing to fucking 5 fucking people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Passing out 5,000 fucking flyers while everybody throws them on the fucking ground. You hope somebody comes.
Right.
You know what I mean? You did that for every fucking band I was in.
So so Danny brought in his crowd. We already had a small crowd starting to build up, and basically when all 5 of us finally got together, it was where it all happened. It was the 5 members that needed to be in the band.
We got on stage for the first time, and I think I have our second show on video on tape. God, that's old as fuck saying tape. Anyways, and we just started. I don't know what the fuck happened. Nothing was planned. When we just went out, had the set list, and we just started running around like fucking maniacs, man. I think we're crossing each other, jumping over each other, fucking. I mean, it wasn't sloppy. It was actually. Dude, I'm looking at the fucking video right now, and it was so like.
I think what it was
everybody was a fucking star, kind of.
It was for me at least. I don't know for everybody else.
People have seen this.
It was a release of energy and a release of, oh my gosh, I'm finally getting to play live again. And I just wanted to go out and just murder the crowd with music. And I wanted to put on the best show I could possibly do. And everybody else followed suit. And we were all just a bunch of maniacs up there running around like animals. And what was funny, it was great. It was a lot of fun.
What was funny is we all lived together. Immediately. It wasn't even a fucking thought.
Yeah.
I don't even know who signed for the fucking. Oh, I signed for that fucking apartment because I got whacked on my credit for that fucking thing.
Yeah, because after we hooked up and Danny put me in his place, then we eventually got another place a couple weeks later.
Yeah.
And then we all lived together
in a 1-bedroom on Yucca,
nonstop.
Where they dealt drugs across the fucking street.
Yeah, they were dealing drugs across the street.
We were on the 3rd fucking floor.
We weren't, but they were across the street.
These fucking parties that went down in both of these apartments, man. And I'm sorry, the only thing I compare it to, and I swear to God, I'm not BSing, is the Motley movie, man. The first 20 minutes of Motley movie was like, we fucking lived that.
Yeah, it was pretty,
because we were fucking headlining.
Yeah.
We got the star Gazari being one of the top 10 bands in LA. I have it on fucking tape.
Right.
And that's a big fucking award, man. I mean, these are the same stages Eddie's on, Randy's on, all these fuckers that I've read about, but and all this shit. And I'm like, I'm fucking sitting here and I'm looking out at Gazari's going, this fucking place is sold out. We're getting presented the fucking star tonight it's an award for being one of the top 10 bands in LA. How in the fuck did we get here? I got 2 kids up on speakers holding this tarp over here, ready to drop it down. I don't even know who these kids are. These oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, and you want to think they found me one time with a freaking cord around my neck, blue in the goddamn bed.
Yeah.
Thought I was fucking dead.
There was we were having a party over at one of our apartments over off of Yucca Street, which was just, I think, the first block north of Hollywood Boulevard. And yeah, we were having a party and stuff. And, Danny got a little messed up.
No, this is what fucking happened. Some girls, I'm being serious. This is what I fucking remember. Right? Some girl stopped over. She was in a net shirt. I just remember that. She had a bottle of fucking vodka. We got hammered. I never laid a hand on this fucking girl. Swear to God, because honestly, I'd rather get drunk.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah. I mean, you know me, bro.
Yeah,
you lived with me for 3 fucking years. I was not that fucking guy.
I know.
You know, fuck. Let's get drunk and party. Fuck it.
Right.
Fuck the rest of this shit. Let's see if I can pass out first.
Right.
Anyway,
and he did.
And sometimes, but anyways, I remember being in the jacuzzi with her, just getting hammered. Then these guys all come home. And then I guess they found you found me. I was out. You tell me.
So what happened was, as usual, everybody we were having this party, and you got to remember this is a 1-bedroom apartment, so it's not like there's a lot of room to hide.
You had five little spots in the living room, and I had the fucking bedroom, and you slept in my closet. And
it's like, where in the hell's Danny at? And then go into the room, and Danny's passed out in the bed, and he must have been talking to somebody. I hope he was talking to somebody, because and somehow, I don't even know how this happened because nobody was there to see it, but the phone cord got wrapped around his neck more than once. It was like 3 times it was wrapped around his neck, and he was passed out, and he was pretty much blue. I mean, he was blue.
I don't remember any of that shit.
And we were like, oh my gosh. Now we got to find another guitar player. But no, it was
a fucking dick thing to say, right? I'm laying there fucking in bed. They think I'm literally, they think I'm dead. They think Danny Kane's finally fucking wiped himself up. And then first thing they see is, fuck, we got to find a new guitar player.
And
what the fuck?
And we basically took the phone and and it was beeping, beep, 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 like a phone does or did back then, and because there was no internet, nobody had cell phones.
CDs weren't even out yet.
Yeah, CDs weren't even out yet. So we unwrapped the phone cord from around his neck, and then all of a sudden he just took a big deep breath. He just and we're like, oh my God, he's fucking alive, man. And it was like, holy shit, he's alive.
Kids, don't do that at home.
No, do it in Yucca in Hollywood playing rock and roll. So
and by the way, just to cut in, this Monday I haven't had a drink in 8 years. Just to throw that out there, man. Fuck it, I'm not preaching. Do what you fucking want. But I haven't had a drink in 8 years. I feel better than I have in my whole life, to be honest with you. So go on. Sorry.
Okay. So Danny was. Then his color changed back to pale white, which is pretty much all the time is what he looks like. So it was, we were all good. So Danny crashed out in the bed.
Your Nicky Six moment, right?
He what?
Your Nicky Six moment. I mean,
Nicky
coming back to that.
It was just alcohol, and Danny. I don't know. First of all, I have no idea how a phone cord got wrapped around his neck like 3 times. We have no idea. Okay, no idea how that happened. So, like I said, I actually
fucked up with that blind.
I actually unwrapped the phone cord from around him too and stuff, and I was like, wow, he's freaking alive.
How the fuck
and so he stayed. He was breathing again. So we knew he was okay. So we went back to partying, and
life went right on. No, was never mentioned really again.
And it was
their favorite word was, man, it's Kane fucked. What the fuck is what Kane is fucked up? That dude is.
So it's just it was just one of those moments. It's like a rock and roll moment.
And trust me, we all had them, man.
We all.
Our drummer.
we all had our moments when we drank too much and. That's just the way it is. It's just, I mean, we were young. We were, 20, 22 years old and shit. And, out in Los Angeles, playing rock and roll, being one of the top bands in Los Angeles and we were just having fun and doing what we wanted to do it at that time in our lives.
All right, so let me get to the other part of this whole story, which is easily 100% of it, because we never would have gotten where we did without this.
Yeah.
So I'm 15 years old. I'm gonna make this quick. I'm gonna try to. I'm 15 years old. I'm cutting school. I'm hanging out in this place called Record Exchange. It's on this street called Coventry, which if you look up Coventry Road in Cleveland Heights, it's like a little Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, it was exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
It was well known. I mean, shit. Page and Plant were in the Turkey Ridge drinking when they were on fucking tour on Coventry.
Right.
It was known.
Right.
And I grew up 2 blocks from this fucking street, and I'm hanging out down there. I'm 5 years old, man. I mean, the parental guidance in the 60s and 70s wasn't really like what it is now. Especially if you had the right kind of fucking parents.
Yeah, it's a different time.
So anyways, I'm cutting school, and there's this head shop, and behind the head shop's Record Exchange. John's got a couple little booths there with some records, and his whole family works there. And I used to cut school and hang out there. I bought my first Kiss album there, Destroyer. Changed my fucking life completely. So anyways, then they moved to another bigger store, and I ended up working for John. I was about 15 years old, whatever. And then I didn't talk to the guy ever again. I'd run into him a couple times because I used to work at this sub shop called Grum's right next to Record Exchange, and I used to run into him here and there. But when I, never a thought about John ever being in my life business-wise or anything else. So I guess the story goes this way. I was told by some friends they ran into John down a place called the Flats. They're friends of mine, and John asked, "Hey, how's Danny Kane doing? I didn't see him in 15 freaking years, whatever." And they said, "Man, he's in LA and he's in the bands." And John said, "Wait a minute, give me his number, man. If there was anybody I believed in, I always believed in Danny." And so I remember. I don't remember much from back then because I really drank a lot, man. I'm just being truthful. It sucks. But anyways, I remember this like it was yesterday.
It sucks drinking, sucks being truthful.
No, fucks on fucking both of them. Such a dick. Anyways, so we do this show. I remember it was on the show, and we're having a party. We're on Alta Vista now.
Now we're on Alta Vista.
Another part. We're living with this girl named Cindy.
Right, Cindy.
Man, some wonderful stories about Cindy Adams.
Cindy Adams.
She's a big part of this.
Yep,
I don't give a fuck. But anyways, she took care of our asses for a long fucking time.
She did.
Without Cindy, I mean, she lived in my fucking bedroom for a year and a half. We had never touched each other, kissed, nothing. It was business.
It was.
It really was. She wanted to be out there to do her thing.
Yep.
And we were doing our thing. And Cindy, we all got along. We had a big 2-bedroom now. Yep. Not real big, but big enough.
Right.
And she got a bedroom. I got a bedroom. Everyone else was in the living room. But anyways, fuck all that shit. Anyway, so I get this fucking phone call. I remember like it was yesterday. Somebody picks up the phone and says, "Hey man, Dan, you got a phone call." And it's late in LA. I mean, we did the show I think we played till about, I think we're doing third slots then, second slots.
It's a headline.
But we were probably home by 10, 11, 12 our time, but that's 3 a.m. Cleveland time,
It was late.
So anyways, I'm yapping. Anyway, so John, I get on the phone. "Hey Danny, John Shahanian." I'm like, "What the fuck, John? Dude, what the fuck's going on?" He goes, "Hey, I ran into a couple friends of yours. I hear you're in a band. What do you need?" And I went, "Well, we're doing a demo right now, and I need $500."
Yeah.
And it was really that, from what I remember, it was like that quick. I don't know why. And I remember, I've known John for a long time. I was probably 25, 26 when I met you guys, 27.
Yeah.
No, shit, 20. I was older than all you guys. That's right. So anyways, next thing I know, John says it'll be there tomorrow. Fed fucking exploded the thing. So I get off the phone and I come talk to these guys. And there's people. I go, "Look, you guys got to come here." I go, "Look, man, this guy just called me. His name's John Shahanian. He owns Record Exchange. He just told me he owns about 10 stores and he's doing really well and he wants to work with me," or whatever the fuck I said.
Right.
And I said, "Look, he's supposed to send $500 tomorrow, man.
Help us out with our demo."
To do the demo.
Yeah.
To finish the demo.
Yep.
I don't know if it's coming. I've not talked to this guy in years.
Right.
It's off the fucking wall.
Right.
But I'll tell you one thing. Me and John are friends. I've known him for a long time. I trust him. And I think it's coming. Because you heard a lot of shit back in those days.
Yeah, you did.
The guy that discovered the Runaways called up one time, wanted to manage us.
Yeah.
And we all started, what?
Yeah.
It was crazy for a while because we were getting that big. It was that fucking story. I always say, look, man, I graduated college, but I didn't get the job. And that's the big deal. You know, that's the big tours. I didn't get that far, but fuck you. I got this far.
Yeah.
I headlined Gazari. I got the star. You know what I mean? Right. I'm just telling the truth, man. I'm proud of it. And it took me a long time to get proud of it.
Yeah.
I wasn't proud of it for a long time, for years.
But yeah, I mean, so John, who owns the and still does, they were called the Record Exchange back then. They're called the Exchange now. And, you know, there's 31 stores in 4 states, Ohio, Illinois, Indiana, and Pennsylvania.
What are you, a fucking commercial?
So, yeah, it's crazy that this guy came along. I didn't know him at all. And he came along and he changed all of our lives. So not just Danny's, but all of our lives.
So the next thing you fucking know, knock on the John. Everybody's pacing. Oh, is it guy? Is it coming? Is it coming? Johnny especially, he's just pacing back because it's a life-changing fucking moment.
It was.
It was a fucking changing moment.
It was.
And here it is.
Boom.
We all look at each other. Fuck.
Yep.
We get the thing. We open it up. There's $600 in there because there's $100 to go buy booze with.
Right.
Right there, everything changes.
Yep. It did.
We do the demo. John's on board. We start touring. We're getting bigger. We got money for flowers. We got money for this. We got money for that. You know what I mean? He saved her. He just, man, he's promoting us in Cleveland.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and then we did the show after we received the star. The next couple of days, we're on the tour in a fucking van back to Cleveland to play the Akron Agora. And honestly, this is my first fucking show ever in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I broke out and I got psoriasis. I got red spots all over my fucking body. My anxiety was so fucking bad. I had to go to the Cleveland Clinic. Someone took me down there.
Yeah.
Johnny used to have to put the shit on my fucking back and fucking my arms and shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
Danny was all broke out.
And I had walking pneumonia along with the fucking shit.
Yeah,
on the way there. This was all my fucking crazy ass fucking anxiety.
Yeah.
And so anyways, we do the Agora show, man. And you know, I remember my mom was there, my dad was there, and that was kind of weird because one's on one side, one's on the other. And that's all I fucking remember.
Yeah.
But I heard the show was fucking great.
Well, I mean, to basically go into more detail about that, I mean, John sent out the money. We went into the studio to finish our demo up, and then we sent it out back to him, and he wanted more. And we had more. We had more than 3 songs. So we just kept writing. We kept writing. We kept playing.
I mean, I'm writing shit in the bathroom. They're hearing it.
Yeah.
I got my guitar on the fucking on the kitchen on the bathroom sink because it amplified it.
Right.
That's how I wrote freaking. I can't remember. Fucking
Hell
shit.
and High Water.
No, Hell and High Water was at practice.
Okay.
I had that riff and then I just went down and wrote that second riff right in front of you guys, and man, the fucking song was written.
Yeah, but I mean, so. Once John got on board and it just changed everything, we went up to another level, so to speak. And we
had fucking money.
We were able to concentrate even more on the music and the shows and things.
Well, that's what he did. He became a partner.
Oh, he did. He became part of the band.
He flies to LA to meet everybody, takes us to the Rainbow. God, that check must have been huge, man. You know, and then we stayed at the Hyatt that fucking night.
We stayed at the Hyatt.
I mean, it was first class. It was something we'd never, ever imagined in our life.
Right. Exactly.
Especially at that time.
At that time, yeah.
Because within
22 years
within
old,
2 weeks, we're at the Hyatt.
Yeah, 22, 23 years old, and next thing you know, we're like, wow, this is cool.
And he's promoting us, like, drink, guys, drink, have fun. Here's booze money. Here's what,
so,
I know it sounds bad, but that's what the days, though.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what you fucking did.
But
we weren't doing drugs. You know,
we weren't.
We were drinking. That's
honest
to God truth. You know, we were just talking about
we both never did drugs.
Sober,
never did drugs.
Went on stage sober.
Played the best we could.
Drank after.
I mean, I played sober because I think I suck as a musician, and I was like, man, if I play fucked up, I'm not going to be able to play at all.
I played sober because I tried to play fucked up, but I sound like shit, so I wouldn't do it.
I played sober because I wanted to put on who were paying money to come and see us. And they were paying money.
And the record guys were walking around.
Right.
You look like fucking assholes.
And we just wanted to be, I wanted to be as professional as I could be. And I went out there and put on the best show we could do. And that's what happened. And so it was always party time after the show. Party time always after the show. And Yeah. So, but that once that happened, the tour started to happen. The shows got bigger. Everything got bigger. Everything got more crazier. There was times I was still working. I actually still had jobs. I actually hooked up with a cool company called Third Encore, which was a production company, and they were really cool about me. They were actually owned by one of the members out of the band Chicago, and one of the friends who managed the Third Encore. His name was Bear, which obviously was a nickname. I told them what my situation was. They were receptive to that. I was available late at night, which a lot of people weren't available late at night. So I got to do some pretty cool stuff. When I was off tour, they would have me drive the freight truck to deliver equipment or whatever to certain places like, hell, I did stuff for Jay Leno, Arsenio Hall, Chevy Chase, a bunch of the late night talk show hosts that were doing stuff, did videos for Janet Jackson. I dropped off equipment to some of the guys in Eagles, Glenn Fry.
Yeah, you know what? I was a courier dropping shit at porn fucking movies.
Right. And
that's the fucking truth, man.
And Don Henley. I actually dropped off equipment over to Don Henley's house.
Fucking house.
And it was really cool because also we got to meet people also. If you remember the 1992 Olympics in Atlanta, there was a band playing called Jack Mack and the Heart Attacks, and Tony Bronicle was the drummer for that band, and that's where the bomb went off for that act. They were actually playing when the bomb went off, and back then, like I said, no internet, no cell phones, none of that stuff. So everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, is everybody okay? Did anybody get hurt?"
Right.
But
what the fuck bomb are you talking about?
There was a bomb that went off at the show at the Olympics. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So anyways, so yeah, I mean, it was kind of cool because even through Tony Bronicle, the keyboard player was the keyboard player from Bruce Springsteen, and we hooked up and did some things for him. So it was kind of weird that we went out there only to play rock and roll, but at the same time, it led on to other things that had to do with music or entertainment. I ended up hooking up with an extra casting place called Central Casting, and I was actually able to get into some movies and television shows and do extra work, just to make money on the side also, and
right.
And it was cool because I actually got to do stuff for Wayne's World 2 at the Aerosmith concert. I was an extra in the crowd out there. I was able to do a television show called Equal, which only lasted 2 years. I was in the courtroom for that. And then I did another movie called Rock and Roll Ain't That Easy. My last movie I did was Showgirls, and actually I am on the movie. I'm actually in the movie for that, walking through between Elizabeth Berkley and the person who got booed off stage. I forget his name. He was the guy in the movie Speed. And so I mean, I was able to do movies. I was able to do more record stuff with other musicians, and obviously more famous than I was, and that's fine. And they were always cool. I never had any problems doing that, and it was a lot of fun. And that's what it was all about. It was just out there having a good time and making it happen.
All right, how about this? What do you, to get off of that for a minute, what do you remember about Dak and Carl? What do you remember about before getting the? I don't remember getting. I remember walking out of the RV, and I run into my neighbor. I got my guitar case. We just pulled up. You guys dropped me off, and he looks at me and goes, "You're living every man's dream." And his name's Regis Sedlock. And I remember, I'll just never. He goes, "Danny," and he was like a couple houses down. He goes, "Danny, you're living every man's dream." And he had this look in his eye. And I've got this guitar, and I'm like, this is fucking nuts, man.
Well, all right,
I don't remember.
Let me go back to where we were living at our second apartment when all of us were together, and we were at a place called Alta Vista, and there was one of our road crew guys was named Robert Hook.
Working for Aerosmith now.
And he did a lot of stuff for the Dixie Chicks later on, obviously, and Aerosmith and a bunch of other bands. And the last time I heard, he actually had lived in Nashville for a while and stuff. This is all after Legs Up and stuff. But it was funny because we actually on our very first tour, Bobby had actually known some club members around the country, and
he set up the fucking tour.
Set up the tour.
Yeah,
he got on the phone. He got on the phone and said, "You guys are ready to go on tour."
And we're completely unknown.
And he's like, "Let me call some clubs and get you guys booked in some places." And
he booked the whole tour.
To his credit, Bobby Huck got on the phone and totally called up these clubs and made an itinerary together. And him and I sat down with a map, a Rand McNally map, because there's no Google Maps or anything back then. And I told him how far we could drive per day after a show and before a show and everything. And him and I mapped this thing out together. And we went all the way across the country because of Bobby Huck. And the first tour was in a van. And the van was signed by a friend of mine. Her name was Wendy Marcasellis. She was from Broxton, Massachusetts, and she was living out in Los Angeles. She was in college, and
I never fucking knew this chick signed.
And I'd hooked up with her, and we became good friends. And she actually signed for the first vehicle for us to go on tour, which was an extended Chevy van, and all five of us, just the five of us, with our equipment, got into this van for like literally 2 months and just started playing shows and going to these places.
And real quick, let me back up. We were known to have the most fucked up apartment in LA.
Yeah, we like to party.
And this girl couldn't trust a dime with us.
Right.
We're all drinking hard.
And
this girl's gonna sign for this fucking. She's got to be out of her fucking mind.
And for some reason, she just said, "I'm gonna do this for you."
And I said, took care of the fan the whole time, and you came back crystal clean, man.
And I told her, I said, "Don't worry about it. I'll be doing the driving." I said, "Everything's gonna be fine. This vehicle's gonna come back cool." And it did. It came back cool. It came back like it left. There was nothing wrong with it at all. And she was totally stoked about that. And then after that, then we started getting into the RV bus type thing. We got bounders and stuff after that. But Wendy, once again, another person, Wendy helped out. She's there. She came through for us. And we were partiers, and we liked to party. We liked to have a good time. But when it came to the band and it came to the music, that's when you couldn't get 5 more serious guys. Right. 6 if you included John. So you couldn't get 6 more people together that were more serious about it. I mean, we were like totally serious. And if anything affected that, then you were screwing with us. And we knew not to screw it up, so we were doing everything.
Our limits, man.
We knew our limits. Yeah, we knew when to turn.
And we respected our limits.
And we respected other people.
In the beginning.
We respected other people and what they had done for us. So it's like, we went on tour. We met a lot of cool people. And the good thing about it is, and this is one thing that really even made everything even that much better, is every time somebody either asked for a picture or an autograph, nobody said no. Everybody was always cool with it. Nobody was always acting like, oh, we're stuck up or we're from Los Angeles. And we might be in, Tennessee somewhere or, Pennsylvania.
Getting gas and going in the fucking stores. Oh, and the looks we would get. You're talking what? 92, hair down our ass, all grungy. Yeah. We're getting drunk on the fucking RV on the way there. Dude, the looks that we would get in some of these towns, man.
We get some looks, and we get people, doing the cat calls to us and stuff. But I didn't care. I blew it off. I knew I was living my dream, and everybody else was too.
It was absolutely part of it.
And
it was enjoyable, actually.
And, it was like, oh, these people are clueless. We don't care. They're, big deal. But we got a lot of that down in the deep South. But at the same time, we were playing shows in the deep South and having a great time.
Right.
We were playing
completely
Texas.
unknown.
Yeah, completely unknown, playing Texas.
LA, running the whole LA band shit, straight from Sunset Strip.
We were playing Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. We played Colorado. I mean, we played Missouri. We played Illinois, Indiana. We played Ohio. We played Pennsylvania, New York, Wisconsin, Minnesota. I mean, Georgia. We played freaking everywhere. And we were just out there to play, have a good time, and be cool with people. There was a time when we played a place in Cincinnati called Annie's, and we had 3 nights booked there, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The bass player's equipment that opened up for us, his equipment blew up. And they came to me and said, man, can we borrow your equipment? And I'm like, absolutely, man. And everybody in the band was like that.
Right.
I wasn't the exception. Everybody in the band was like that. If you needed something from us, we were willing to help you and have a good time with it.
And everybody would talk. It was pretty much a family. I mean, we lived together. We did everything together. We fought together. Now, there was no fist fights, no shit like that. But,
but we argued.
We all had our own little fucked up ways.
Oh, we did.
And we all talked about each other. You know what I mean? And the bigger we got, some egos got up there a little bit. Now, I'm not lying about that.
Some egos got out of control.
In fact, there was a time the police had to give us an escort home from a fucking show at Gazari's. Because we had, but when people start wanting to fight you and start fucking with your equipment, you're getting big in LA, man.
Yeah, and
that's a respectful thing to me. I mean, literally, there was bands outside of Gazari's one night ready to kick my drummer and singer's fucking ass.
Oh, we got jumped.
We got jumped, right? I was back at home, and I didn't go back. And my singer and my drummer got a little fucked up. You know what I mean? But when you hear, honestly, we were getting that big where people were getting pissed off, and my drummer, my singer, they were, they were doing their thing, man. And I guess it just fucking is what it is, man.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Sandy Tricks, let me ask you a question. How long you been doing this?
Well, this is there's at this point there's 7 episodes out, and I have like 4 more that have to be published. So I've been doing this for maybe 2 months now.
How did you start, real quick?
Well,
I mean, a love of the music. I mean, how did you find out about Legs Up? Were you just popping through Facebook, saw the picture, or how do you know about us?
I mean, so I'm 30, right? So I'm too young to have.
I'm fucking 59. Go ahead. Sorry.
All right. So so I'm too young to have lived through to be on the Hollywood scene. So I've known you guys from seeing your pictures on the internet, right? So over the years, I would see these demos come and go on online forums, and I always thought that. Well, I always loved your name and the name of your band, and I always thought that you guys looked so cool. Like,
thank you.
So
see, this is what I mean, man. Sorry to interrupt. This is the weirdest fucking shit that we're doing this right now.
Yeah.
That you're sitting here 35. I know it's all such a cliche because every fucking band out there saying this shit.
Right.
But the bottom line is, I'm sitting here with the fucking guy talking about shit that no one knows about except us 5.
Right.
Nobody else. You can all say, oh, they're full of shit. Fuck you, man. We were there.
Yeah, we were there.
And we were there hard.
We were there hard.
And we were known to be hard.
And
everybody fucking knew it, man. And you know what? We liked it. We were on the strip every fucking weekend, passing out flyers, doing all this fucking stupid shit. But you're also signing autographs, and people are following you around, and all of a sudden you're getting fucking taken home by the fucking police, and people are fucking with your amps.
Yeah.
And but that's just part of it.
Yeah.
And you hear that all, man. I wish we were there 7 years earlier. I think we have a different conversation, man.
Yeah, maybe, but
because the signs weren't there yet, but they were coming and they were getting there, and they still hold up. Some of them still hold up to me today, or I still play the same fucking way. I'm a reckless player. I don't play shit. I still have a cassette deck of my fucking line 6 of my Strat right here. That's how I still record shit. I'll come up with a fucking riff. I'm not gonna do shit with it, but I got to put it on tape because I fucking liked it, and I've been doing it my whole life like that. And I've actually got some people that want to work with me right now, and I'm writing some stuff, and we'll see where the fuck that goes. But man, it's been a lot of years since I've done this, and it was all because of you, man. I mean, it sounds so fucking stupid to fucking say that, but I mean, it's just crazy what's going on right now. But fuck it, I'm just gonna fucking enjoy it. Who gets to do this at 50 fucking nine?
Yeah.
When they didn't sign a major label deal.
Right, you know what I mean? Right. We never signed a major label
everybody
deal.
Out there, everybody out there that played third slot, headline, out there, there's a lot of motherfucking bands that did it. You know what I mean? In my mind, we're all connected because only we fucking know. But if you went out there, and played a couple shows, fucking went home, none of that, to me, that doesn't count. I put 5 years in that motherfucker, man, and 3 fucking bands. It wasn't easy.
All right. And we never got signed to the major label, but John had his own label, Boomtown Records, and we put out our records under his label, and that's how it happened. And and like Danny was saying earlier, there was a lot of some jealousy out there that really I worked with a lot of these bands that were up and coming too and everything, and I was cool with them, they were cool with me. And that time that we got jumped on the strip, I got jumped by 3 guys, and I was younger and a lot more in shape. And
dude, I was smart, skinny at home,
and I was I was more athletic back then. I was able to take out 2 of them, and the other third one, him and I banged a little bit, and I gave him some good marks, and he gave me some good marks, and but that was the one time that we got messed with. Dude, as far as jumping. We got jumped.
I've had some fights in my time. I'm not going into 30, 35 fucking people with fucking 3 guys, and one of them, Yeah. I went down there, and I remember, I remember this. I was coming out of Gazari's apartment. I'm at that weird fucking parking lot there, and that slope, and then the bank right fucking there. Right. I'm coming down there, and I heard someone whisper, "Hey, that's one of them."
Yeah.
But see, I wasn't out like you guys were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right, I was. But at that time, I was living with Amber. That's a whole nother fucking story. So I wasn't out at all.
Right.
I was at home with her.
Right.
And there was no way I was fighting. She was not going to let my ass go.
Yeah. So what really happened from that was Amber, because we were getting more famous, I guess, if you want to call it that, or well known, I guess, is better than famous. Bigger. But like Danny was saying, there was other bands that were screwing with our equipment. And we did. I
haven't done video, man. It's coming out soon. I'm going to do something with it. It's been 30 years. So.
We all got jumped by other bands, and because I worked with a lot of these other bands and helped out a lot other bands. In fact,
you were very well liked.
I was thanked by Jamie that played bass for Tough, because he needed some bass equipment. And I loaned him my bass equipment so he could record an album with Tough. And he actually thanked me on one of the Tough albums. So that was cool. But I knew a lot of those guys. And I didn't care if you played punk, hardcore metal, hair metal, country. I didn't care. I don't care. I don't care what you play as long as you're cool. So it was really kind of really a funny thing, because after I had gotten jumped and defended myself, word got on the street, hey, don't mess with JP, man. He's a cool dude, man. He's cool. Don't screw with him. And I never got messed with again. And actually, some of those people who I actually talked to, and we'd be out of the club and having a few drinks and shit. And it didn't matter to me. I didn't care what you looked like. I didn't care anything. I just was like, hey, we're all in the same boat. Let's just have some fun and let's just play some music.
And you know me, I didn't fuck with them. Not a soul.
No,
I didn't play ego bullshit. No. I was just, look, let's have a good fucking time. Fuck all the rest of this fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? Let's have a good fucking time. Then and then motherfuckers just start, some girl like some fucking guy over here, fuck someone over here, fuck someone over here. All that bullshit, dude. It was all fucking nuts. Some bitch jumped out the fucking window here, whatever, And I don't mean to say, I'm not really like that shit, but that's what the fuck it was.
Yeah, it was what it was.
And then someone's pissed off, and it's just,
and I just, like I said,
dude, it was, if we had cameras back then, like these fucking phones,
man,
Jesus, oh my God, fucking Christ, it'd be on.
But it was, I knew also, I also had a realistic, I was realistic about it. that I knew someday that it would be over with, that it would end unless you played.
It was part of it.
Unless you played in the Rolling Stones or the Beach Boys, who've been around for, half a century or more. I knew that it would end eventually. So I was like, okay, well, if it's going to end eventually, well, like any party does, why not just have a good time with it? So, I mean, that's just what I was. I was just always out there to have a good time. I wasn't out there to hurt anybody or screw with anybody. And if somebody needed help with something, I was always, if I could help, I was willing to help. And I did, because like I said, I mean, I got thanked on Tough's record with Jamie, and I helped out other people who never made a record, and I let people borrow equipment, and I didn't care. I was like, man, it's just like hell with it, man. Let's just have a good time. We're all young. We're all trying to do this. Let's just make it the best we can.
And get totally off the fucking subject, like I always fucking jump to. On that star thing, what that thing was, if I just say star thing, like, what the fuck's he talking about? That star thing, it was presented. This was years and years of Bill Gazari. This just didn't fucking start. This goes way, way fucking back.
Mm-hmm.
And he would present a star. He'd come out on stage, which, like I said, I got on fucking video.
Right.
And he comes on stage, and they do their little speech. Bill is, picked this band. He's one of the top 10 bands in LA. And you get this star, and it goes outside of the building. It used to be a glass thing. It would go inside there in a bigger star.
Right.
Because it's kind of small.
Right.
When I play the video, if I ever do that, you'll see it. And it actually, you can see it in the Motley movie. They show Gazari's outside real quick, and you can see a star in the other bigger stars outside. And then that changed the show there over the years. But it was a big fucking honor to get that fucking star. I mean, it was like everything you fucking worked for that night. That thank God I found this video from some girl in some camera. Sounds like shit, looks like shit, but it's all there.
Right.
The feeling it's all in that video.
And if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong on this, we had played Gazari's quite a bit. We also played the Roxy. We also played the Whiskey and the Troubadour, Whiskey. Legs Up initially had played the Country Club.
And I had played the Country Club and other bands.
And we played FM Station and a bunch of
all
other places.
All that shit, man. FM Station's kind of more about.
But we played them all. So the cool, and I could be mistaken on this, but I think Bill Gazari died.
No. We got the last star.
Yeah, we got the last
and
star.
And the guy says it in the video.
Yeah.
Bill Gazari just passed away.
Yeah.
He had picked these guys.
Okay.
That was that's why I don't know where the fuck is this fucking star.
I have no idea.
Rachel says he knows, or he's finding out. Someone's got this fucking star, and John deserves that fucking star.
He does.
He does. Someone made this portrait of us, with us and all these bands in Hollywood. We were included. Right. I blew it up. I have it. It's in my pictures on it if you want to go look or whatever. But it's in there. And we're on that fucking thing, which to me is an honor from fucking, I can't even tell you.
But Bill had died 2 weeks before our show.
Yeah. And so we got the last Bill Gazari fucking star at fucking Gazari. Sold out, people out the fucking door, and we came out blasted.
And it's really kind of, we were at sound check one time at Gazari's, and this is before we obviously got our star because Bill was already dead. But we were headlining Gazari's, and we were definitely packing the place and selling it out.
Quick, we had Carol from Headline Management. Helped out like a motherfucker.
And also we also had Markovich from doing his production stuff.
Yeah.
Markovich was also helping out with.
You guys dealt with a lot more of the business shit. You guys, they left me alone.
So.
Let Danny play guitar. Let
Danny play guitar.
Let him do what he's got to do. Let him just play guitar. Keep him out of the money, the business. He doesn't drive the fucking van ever, and he definitely doesn't drive the RV.
Right. But
everybody else did. I didn't. Rachel didn't either.
No, he didn't either. we were doing a sound check at Gazari's. This is like a year before, not even a year, probably like 6 months before we were going to get our star, and we were definitely selling out Gazari's, and Bill was sitting at the bar actually, and I'd never met him, and and I'm sure there was no reason for me to meet him because it's like he's probably thinking, oh, big deal, another rock and roll night, another rock and roll show, and I'm just hanging out there, and I'm sitting there actually like a couple stools away from him, and he actually, you're in Legs Up. I go,
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, this is true.
This is a story I've never fucking heard.
And I go, yeah, I'm the bass player. He goes, it's going to be a good show tonight.
Let me tell you something, man.
And I remember that.
I've known this
That's
guy.
the only thing Bill ever said to me. I didn't even introduce myself. I just said I'm the bass player, and all he said was, "It's going to be a good show tonight," and that's all he said to me. And he was dressed exactly
like in the hat, the whole fucking
the hat, the
whole mob shit,
the whole mob shit. He had the hat on, the black suit, the whole
motherfucker.
And he just,
God damn, where the fuck was I?
And I was just sitting there by myself, and he just goes, yeah, he goes, it's going to be a good show tonight, and I go, well, I hope so. We're going to try our best, and that's all I said, and it was like,
and then we get the last star, dude.
And like I said,
we played Gazari. God, I mean, Gazari was almost another home, almost.
Yeah, really.
It's funny to see all these videos. I just kind of recently, I'm a real computer retard. Just it is what it is. but fucking, I just recently got like YouTube and all that shit, and I'm going through all this fucking YouTube shit, and I'm like, man, I wasn't that back there. I remember that, because there's all these clips, dude. It's the weirdest fucking life because the world actually really fucking sucks right now. I mean, sucks. Yeah. Worse than I've ever seen it. And I've seen a lot of shit in my fucking years, man. Sucks. So more fun doing this, man. Right? Especially sober. It's I'm kind of high, but I mean, I don't count that.
But playing out live was cool too. So.
Well, I know that, dude. But I don't even know where the fuck I'm going. Will you fucking tell me to shut the fuck up already? By the way, I've known this guy 30 years. This guy he does not bullshit at all. I mean, this guy actually has a plaque. He never missed a day of school from kindergarten to fucking graduation. Never missed one fucking day.
That's true.
This guy builds fucking hot rods, builds bikes,
got two
flies planes. What the fuck? I sit here on my ass with this fucking big screen and collect motherfuckers every day that don't pay their fucking bills for cars.
And I got 2 mechanical engineering patents for a motorcycle suspension that I invented. Danny said, I'm a commercial.
Hold on, real quick, Sandy, are we boring the shit out of you? Because we can get the fuck off here anytime you need to, dude. Because we probably won't shut up.
Not at all, man. I'm loving this.
All right, right on. Go ahead, JP, motherfucker.
So like Danny said, I'm a commercial rated pilot, tail wheel endorsed, the glider towing endorsed. I did parachute. After I left the band, I did that and went on to flying and did some flying stuff. But then my mechanical engineering patents.
That's not going on fucking YouTube.
And
so know that.
And Danny's pointing over to the camera that he has over here, which you can't see, but we're doing, I guess, a video of something else, but at the same time.
Yeah, the same.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, I knew it was all going to end, and I knew I had other things I wanted to do, and I've gone out and done those things. And the perfect attendance thing from kindergarten to 12th grade, I did, and I've got that was in Ohio, obviously, where I grew up, and I got awarded from Senator John Glenn and Senator Metzenbaum for perfect attendance all the way through school, which is crazy when you think about.
If you knew this fucker,
what I did,
there's just no fucking way.
I mean, people would look at me and go, "No way," and it's like, it's true. I did.
Yeah, and then you went and be a rock star.
and the other thing is too. I mean, and I graduated.
Mine was typical. Didn't graduate, drank a lot. Let's be a rock star. Fuck everything else. That was my story right there from day one.
And it was just like. I actually liked going to school because I liked to learn things. And I graduated with a 3.75 average, and I was in top third of my class and everything. And I was like, cool, man.
My mind moves so fast. School was so rough for me, man.
And I just I liked going to school, and I obviously did because I went every day, and that was just one thing I wanted to do. And the patents were another thing I wanted to do. Flying, becoming a pilot's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be in movies. I did that. And I wanted to work in the entertainment business. I did that. And I'm still, you know what, people, do you have any regrets? No. You know why? Life's too short. Screw it. I made mistakes along the way. Sure, I have. You know what, though? I don't care. I'm still playing music. I'm still writing music.
So am I, man. I just don't want to be in a band, man. It's.
I got
I'm not good at copy. That's it. It's embarrassing how bad I am.
2 solo records out now under JP Douglas. I mean, it's just you can find those on YouTube or Spotify or whatever the hell the shit is on the internet. And I got a 3rd album that's already written. I mean, I'm still involved with music. I'm still involved with motorcycles. I'm still involved with cars. I'm still involved. I actually, since COVID hit, I haven't gone flying since COVID.
And I haven't been out in 2 fucking years.
And
basically.
I don't know if I'm going to go back to being a pilot anymore. It's just something I don't know if I'm going to do. I mean, it's just something okay, if I don't do that anymore, I'm okay with that. I just, but I mean, there's more to life than just one thing. To me, there's just life, live it to the fullest, full throttle. It doesn't matter if you have $100 million in the bank or you have no money in the bank, because the bottom line is when you die, you don't have anything anyways. And that's the truth. And when we were in Legs Up, that was the attitude of everyone. And I love that attitude.
See, here's the thing, man. And I've thought about this over the fucking years. Who in the fuck at 21, 25, whatever fucking shit.
Right. Well, we were there for years.
Goes to LA to be a fucking rock star.
Right.
Right there, you're out of your fucking mind a little bit. Right. You're not right. I mean, people, actors that do the same thing. You're not, there's something a little out there with you. There's some, there's other things that other people don't, that you see that other people don't see. There's got to be, because it's in anybody's right mind. I'm living at home, fucking everything's great, blah, 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 blah. I'm starting to sell insurance. Things are moving up. I had a friend of mine, Billy, that was a big part of my life, but anyways, we'll go there at some point, maybe at all. But anyways, fucking, I had life by the ass, put it that way. So the old man said, fucking Dan, you got life by the ass. And dude, I went back 3 fucking times.
Legs Up was
I still don't know why I went back.
Legs Up was a major part of all of our lives in the band, and it still obviously continues to be a part of our lives.
I thought you were going to shy away from it. You didn't. I'm so glad you did. And I really thought you were going to go fuck all that shit.
And it's cool because
and you haven't heard a third. You've heard nothing.
Yeah, I did an interview for a magazine once a long time ago, back in like 2008. And I mean, it's just like I said, it's just like, it was a moment in life that happened. Glad it happened. Don't regret it happening. Had fun when it was going on. Sure, there were some struggles, and we lived in some pretty shitty places, but you know what? That's what makes it rock and roll.
And truthfully, and to be honest with you, one of the and I'm not trying to kiss anybody's ass, man. One of the reasons I'm doing this, because I wouldn't do this. This is something I would have blown off. So I would have figured out a way to blow it off. Is my son. There's no real record of fucking anything. You grew up with Danny. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm not trying to get brownie fucking points here. He fucking knows that for sure. But it's just the fucking truth.
And what's funny about
and my sister, man. My sister. See, I was lucky. I had a sister out in California, man, and it took away a lot of things that could have went wrong. Not gonna lie, but no way I'm out there 3 times without Kathy Borzi. Sorry.
But
and Faithy. Hi, Faith.
What's funny is Danny being, and basically Rachel and myself being from the Cleveland area. They're all Browns fans, and I'm actually a Pittsburgh Steeler fan. And Danny's son's a Pittsburgh Steeler fan. And we were over at his house having a party one day during a playoff game.
I have to explain that now, asshole. You know that, right?
And Pittsburgh was getting their asses beat.
Fans, why my son's a fucking Pittsburgh fan.
And Danny's son was like, oh, we're getting our asses beat. And he was a kid back then, like 14 years old. And,
first interception in the second half, I said, watch what happens now.
Yeah, and we said, man.
Blew the fucking game.
And the game, Pittsburgh ended up winning the playoff game. And oh, my God. Danny's son and I are having a celebration, and Danny's just all like, "Oh my God!" It was just cool. It was just, but that all goes
one word: prevent fucking defense.
And all it goes back to is Danny and I being friends for so long, from the Legs Up days.
2 fucking words.
And it's just like I said, the band made us who we are as far as being friends, and we continue to be friends, and we still go through shit in life. He has bad days. I have bad days. He'll text me. Man. He'll text me "fuck off" and then put a smiley face.
There are some crazy years there, man.
Yeah, but
post fucking Legs Up.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot more important.
Yeah.
Than the band. You know what I mean?
But like I said, Legs Up. It's cool, and like I said, thank you for inviting us on here. Really appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, Legs Up, and it just all It changed my life. It changed Danny's life. And
there's a lot more to come, man.
And hopefully,
Santy, if you want to do a legs up too, man, there's a lot of things that there's so much left out. There's God knows so much left out.
I mean, it's just what's really funny.
I can't believe you're on board right
now. Oh, it's great.
Dude, there was a time you told me, fuck legs up. I'm doing my own thing.
I am.
I'm not going backwards. And dude, fuck you. You did. You remember. It hurt. It fucking. Look, man.
It's great when you think about it.
It's great.
Because
we get to relive this shit a little bit.
There wouldn't be a JP Douglas albums if there wasn't this.
Right.
So you got to respect your roots.
And I'm next because there's going to be something coming out, I think, at some point.
You know, so and that's what it came down to. Because when when you're young, you're like, rock it, rock and roll, blah blah blah. And,
Invincible,
but when you get older, you start to be like, more appreciative of everything that happened, and and you are.
Hey, I love my life now, man. My life's never been better, and that's the honest God truth, man. It's really never been better. Work wise, family wise, everything wise, everybody's it's fucked up because things are so bad out there. I hate to fucking say that.
Things are bad.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, it took a while after about, and I got to put it there, man. Things did change when I stopped drinking. It's fucking truth. I was never a drinker during the week. I respected work. I couldn't do it with a hangover. But the weekends, I binged fucking so fucking bad. I was hallucinating at points. It was that fucking bad. And it got worse. And one day I just woke up and smashed. I was on the ground, man, and I broke a fucking table, and I had an eviction under the fucking door. And I never had a drink again, and that's coming up this Monday, man.
But the funny thing too is, legs up, us playing and being, the big partiers and everything. It got to the point where we had people hanging out 24/7.
Oh God!
And it's like, man, we are still human.
It was really
we have to sleep.
It was the parties in that fucking movie. Yeah. Remember, you wouldn't watch the movie. You wouldn't watch the fucking movie. I begged him. I go, you have to fucking watch at least the first 25 fucking minutes. Because, dude, we fucking lived this. Even the pulling up in the van and carrying the amp up into the fucking practice place.
Yeah.
All that shit. I mean, it was like, I'm watching this movie going, God damn, this is so close. And I hate to say that, but it was, dude, those parties were, it was worse.
Yeah.
And I know, pretty bad one in the beginning.
Yeah.
Worse, right?
Yeah.
Lord have fucking mercy.
Here we are rambling on like we do.
Fucking the same shit we did 30 fucking years ago.
So
or just sober.
What is it else that you want to know? Or
dude, I was going to ask you, Sadie, got any fucking questions, man? It's only been an hour. We tried 4 times to get this fucking thing to work now. Fuck, I'm talking shit. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, man. I could talk with you guys for hours. So I was just gonna say, you guys. I'm just gonna say it. I love your music. I think you guys made some great, amazing music over the years.
It was fun, man. Next time we'll get to why I left and all that bullshit. But I don't want to get into that now.
But is there anything you specifically want to ask as far as the legs up goes? Or
I'll shut up. I promise.
What is it that maybe? What else do you want to know? I'm trying to recall as much as I can.
We got time.
So what is there anything that you would want to know that from legs up that maybe a question?
Yeah. So I always thought that you guys stood out from the rest of the Hollywood Sunset Strip crowd, right? You guys sounded more raw. Your music was harder, and your look as well, right? So you. And people always say there were the style of bands that played the Sunset Strip and other clubs like Roxy and all that, and other clubs like the Cat House. That was a different crowd. So what's your take on that? Is that true?
Was the Cat House a different crowd from the Roxy? Is that what you're asking?
They always said there was like a divide, right? Bands that play the typical Sunset Strip clubs and some other different bands that play the Cat House, maybe on the.
I've been to the Cat House, but I never played there.
No, we never played the Cat House, but we went there.
Oh, we definitely went there. It was definitely a place to fucking go.
That was with Tammy Down.
Right. And the guy that did Headbangers Ball.
And you're right. And what's funny is here's a legs up story for you. Brett, who actually died last year. Around this time last year.
Oh
he was a drummer he was from Connecticut, and he had heard our demo tape. I sent him a demo out to him in Connecticut. He actually liked the music. Well, we were obviously still searching for a drummer back then. He was on his way from Connecticut out to Los Angeles to play with us. And once again, no cell phones, none of that stuff. And his truck broke down. I think it was like in Oklahoma or something. And we lost contact with each other. And then the funny part about it is, obviously, we had found Rachel in the meantime. But I ran into Brett, who was the drummer for Faster Pussycat. And I ran into Brett over at a Ralph's supermarket.
Rock and Roll Ralph's, man.
Rock and Roll Ralph's supermarket.
All true, all that shit,
and I'm like,
everybody was in there.
And Brett had sent me a picture of him, so I knew what he looked like. And I ran into him at the Ralph's late at night. I was up there probably buying alcohol. And
the white label.
And the white label generic whiskey. And I'm like, beer. Brett. And he's like, JP, what's up? And I'm like, dude, what, and he told me the story because we'd lost contact with her. He told me the story about his truck breaking down. And next thing that happened was he's like, I got the gig with Faster Pussycat. And I'm like, no kidding. And he's like, yeah. So Brett went on to play with Faster Pussycat. And he's in some of their videos and stuff. And I was like, cool. And I told him, well, obviously, we found a drummer too, which was Rachel. And so it was really kind of cool that even, when you mentioned the Cat House, which was associated with Tammy Down, and how Brett was actually also associated somewhat a little bit with Legs Up because he was coming out to be the drummer for Legs Up, but his truck broke down.
Dude, here's a fucking story I remember, man. The night of that show, I hate to bring it up against the Stark show, okay?
Yeah.
I remember distinctly, man, walking through the fucking back, go on stage to the stairs, I believe.
Right.
We had to walk through. There was 2 couches in that motherfucker.
Right.
And dude, I remember walking, and there's Ron Jeremy.
Yes.
And
Ron Jeremy.
2 girls. And I remember thinking to myself, motherfucker, we made it. Because
Yeah.
wherever Ron goes, everybody followed. And that's the truth, because he had all the fucking porn girls.
Right.
And I remember thinking to myself, it was kind of a joke to myself, but I was like, I looked around, I'm like, oh, fuck, Ron's here. Cool. We did it. I remember and then we went on stage. We walked downstairs, got on stage.
Yeah. And then behind the curtain, which you can't see, obviously on video, because Danny and I are behind the curtains, and we're playing our little intro lick stuff. And Danny and I are looking at each other.
We had a curtain drop, man. Basically, when we were behind this curtain, these 2 guys were on each fucking amp, across from each other. We have this big fucking tarp, so we're trying to make this big fucking entrance. You drop the tarp, we run on fucking stage,
right? And
we're in the back doing these riffs before the tarp came down, trying to build it up. And me and Johnny are standing next to each other. We just talked about this for the first time in 30 fucking years.
And Danny and I are just looking at
I remember like it was yesterday. I'm just looking at him, and we're playing, and and it was just such a big fucking night, man. And we're smiling. I don't even think it was almost telepathy. It was like, can you believe what the fuck? How the fuck did we get here in 6 fucking months?
Yeah, we just it happened.
It was like, man, December, bam, July. And it was fucking. It went
crazy.
So fast. And it was real rock star shit. I mean, everything you heard about, you were signing autographs, rock and roll days.
Yeah, we were.
The whole fucking 9, man.
Yeah.
People in hotels, the whole fucking floor is filled with musicians. Hotels, no one's paying rent, drunk all the fucking time. It was constant boom, boom, boom. And this was like every motherfucking night. We're hanging out with Liquor Suite. We're hanging out with all these other bands. Hey, our roommate's doing this guy in the fucking elevator. I mean, oh God, she's gonna kill me for fucking saying that.
What was also crazy is my brother came out to visit when I was living out there, and I took him down to Hollywood Boulevard, and he wanted to go see Hollywood Boulevard, and we're walking on Hollywood Boulevard, and I had 2 people come up and ask me for my autograph, and my brother was like, "Are you kidding me?" And I'm like,
it was crazy.
And I'm like, no. He's like, wow. He's like, wow, I can't believe my brother just got asked for his autograph. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's fun. It's cool. And so it was funny because I don't know. It's been years since my brother had brought that up, but my brother brought it up one time many years ago.
Did you family the Agriculture show?
I can't remember. I was talking to John, I think, at the time, but it was just crazy because my brother was like, man, I was there when my brother got asked for his autograph.
Hey,
So
man,
it was
weird
cool.
shit.
It's weird. It is.
You know, of course, we didn't go the fucking level like, on TV and all that bullshit.
Yeah,
we fucking didn't.
No.
And we like I said, we hit it at the wrong fucking time. I don't know if it would have ever did anything, but you know what? The fucking songs you can sing to the fucking choruses. They're fucking poppy. They're this, it's not, I mean, I'm a groove guy. I'm a riff guy. That's what the fuck I do. Every time I pick up the guitar, there's something sometimes new there, and it still happens to this fucking day. I just don't do anything with it, but it's there. I've got tapes and tapes and tapes and tapes of shit. So Santi, I probably need to shut up now, man. I've been going like fast.
No.
Johnny's fucking went away from me, the cocksucker. So I hear you and David are doing a vinyl thing. David's here.
Yeah. So we're both vinyl collectors. So
this is when everybody gets off, by the way.
Right.
Motherfucker.
No.
So tell me about. Oh.
Yeah, I mean.
Here we go. What JP's back? Sorry.
All right. So say I just want. Well, like I said before, I just want to thank you for having us, and I also.
There's so much fucking boring. I know we're gonna miss out. When this is over, we're gonna go. Fuck, we didn't tell him about that. Fuck, we didn't tell him about that. Fuck, we didn't tell him. All that shit. Jade hanging off the roof, freaking me the fuck out. All that crazy shit we did before we went on the strip.
Yeah.
You kidding me? In that fucking apartment?
We
drove our people. You know how bad our apartment was, man? How many, dude? We would. Oh my god.
Yeah.
How my god, dude. We roached that. Oh my god.
I mean, there had to be rebuilt.
There was one night I was hammered. Some fucking teenager kid comes over. I don't know. He had a paint gun. I'm fucking drunk as shit, dude.
Yeah.
I just loaded out of the door, man. And the door was dripping blood. Remember that?
Well,
it was red, and it was it was. I mean, it looked like
blood. It was paint. But
oh my god, that's just one tiny story.
Exactly.
Tiny story.
I mean, we play our music loud, and the neighbors.
We got a little serious. We weren't even being goofy this interview.
The neighbors actually. Now that he said
the
that.
Neighbors. Oh,
the neighbors.
I'm sorry if you're out there.
Exactly.
Oh my god, what
the
they
neighbors,
put up with, dude.
The apartment next door had actually thrown bricks through our windows because they were so pissed off.
Dude, I'm sleeping one time on the fucking bed. 2 pool sticks come right through the wall.
Right.
Really hit me right in the fucking head in bed. Let's fuck with Danny. Boom, pool stick right through the motherfucking wall, dude.
But the neighbors were.
What the fuck? Who does that?
The neighbors were throwing rocks through our windows because our music was so loud. But
bad, dude. It was fuck. It was fuck you. Fuck everybody. Fuck everybody. And it was like
no, fuck everybody to the point where it's like
that kind of shit. Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. But otherwise, it's like we played our music loud. We did, but the bottom line is we didn't go out to fucking hurt anybody.
God knows, no.
We always wanted to hang out and have a party. And
come on back. Let's roll.
It didn't matter, like I said, and that's if younger people are listening, first of all, thank you if you like the Legs Up music.
Yeah, and thank you.
We really appreciate
and all the Facebook shit, man.
Okay,
it's really crazy to me, and it's wonderful, and I'm glad I'm not running away from it because that's probably what I would usually do. If honestly, if a few people have been coming to my lives lately and woke me up.
But also the other thing, at least from my point of view, is who gives a shit what anybody else is playing? If they're cool as a person, then let them play whatever. It doesn't matter. And that's, to me, is what it's really all about. Because it's like I said before, we're all in the same damn boat. So it's like, let's just go out and play. Let's just go out and have fun, have a good time with the music, make it all happen. And that's really what it should be about, rather than, oh my gosh, he's in that other band that we're competing with. Nah, you're not really competing with this other band, because if your music's good enough and your show's good enough, you're going to be all right. All right.
And,
otherwise,
I'm still a garage kind of guy, man. And I just wouldn't fit in. You know what I mean? And that's the fucking truth. And I'm still. I mean, I just
people.
I just miss writing with other people.
People who hate your band or any band, then that means they're insecure. And I was never insecure about it. I was like, okay, I know not everybody's going to like the band. So big deal. In fact, 99% of the people are not going to like the band.
Yeah, and real quick, I have to say this because I thought about it and I forgot. Now I fucking just remembered again. Hey, I doubt you're listening, but all you motherfuckers in high school, when you thought I was gonna be an asshole rock star, and the kid wants to be what a fucking asshole he is. Fuck you, you fucking dickheads, and you fucking know who you cock sucker fat fucks probably are right now. Man, I'm getting out of fucking. I gotta stop.
Yeah,
we should stop. I'm getting out of here. I told you I know there's a point I didn't want to go.
To me, it's like I said. I mean, it was a point in what happened.
Fuck them. No, honestly.
And you know, we had people who hated us, and I'm just like, oh well, big deal. You know what? I don't care because I'm doing what I want to do. I mean, like you're doing your podcast stuff. You're doing what you want to do. And there's probably some people who are like going, why is he talking to these old men? Right? And it's like, well, because that's
why is he talking to these fucking old men?
Because that's what you want to do. You're not hurting anybody by doing what you want to do. So it's like, you know, it's cool. And
if you don't want to listen, I don't give a. I mean, okay.
That's just the way I'm still that way with cars and bikes and everything. I'm like, man, if you want to build a bagger and I want to build a chopper, big deal. I don't care. I don't care. It's like I've just always been like that, and it's just like that. As long as you're not fucking with people and trying to hurt them, it's like that. That's just the way I am about it. And Legs Up, like I said, is
hey,
is
Chris,
a cool
Jade, Rachel, man, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know, we haven't talked much about Rachel or Jade or Chris, but Jade and Chris went also.
We had such a camaraderie. I mean,
they actually got a record deal for an outlaw country band.
Yeah, what?
Uncle Daddy was the name of their outlaw country band. They were on Cleopatra Records. They put out a couple albums themselves as a outlaw country band. Jade put out at least I think one record as a blues band under J.R. Williams.
Rachel's still drumming his ass off.
Rachel's still drumming, and also
as an artist like crazy.
Also, I took Rachel through my central casting.
You should probably call him Ray, huh?
Through my central casting connection, I took him to his first extra movie thing with the Wayne's World 2, and he went on to do even more. To do even more acting and stuff on his own like that, because he fell in love with that stuff too. So I mean, you know, kudos to those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just like I said, it's kind of weird when you think one thing can spawn off so many other different things, and that's what Legs Up did. It started things and it still hasn't stopped, dude. which is fine. And like I said, I mean, I'll always be part of Legs Up.
I'm enjoying the shit out of it.
Danny Kane will always be part of Legs Up. JP will always be part of Legs Up. And you know, and
fuck in this day and age, we could fucking write some music with them guys and send it some. I just don't have fuck.
And it's about it's just weird how you don't think much about it when it happens.
Hell no.
You just don't.
I never saw this coming.
You know, none of us. None of
for
us.
years. I mean, it's
none of us.
It's always been there.
None of us sat around and went, "Oh, 35 years from now, we're going to be doing an interview." No, nobody ever thought that. We're like 35 minutes from now, we're going to go on stage and it's going to be a fucking sold out house, and we got to put on a show. And so it's all, like I said, it's so. Thank you to all the Legs Up fans out there.
Thank you, Cindy Adams, man.
And thank you to Cindy Adams, John Shahinian. Thank you to Wendy Marcasellis. Thank you to all those people who basically.
God, my sister.
What most people.
Thank you, Scott, for putting up with my fucking asshole during your marriage.
Basically, mostly people would think, man. Well, look at these losers.
And my brother, my God, I can't forget my brother, Jesus Christ, without Pat. Pat was the one that sat me down, said, you have to go to LA. You're not doing shit in this fucking town, because I wasn't going to go. He put me in a room, got me drunk. We talked. I sat on one side of the room. He sat on the other. He looked at me and he said, Danny, you have to go, man. You can't stay here.
Yeah.
You're not doing shit here. And without that talk, I stayed in Cleveland.
But it's those people who we met along the way that didn't look at us as losers. They took the time to get to know us, and they knew that we were serious about it, and therefore that's why they took the chance on us. And they realized we came through. That was the thing.
And
We
had
always
a lot of people because we were cool.
We always came through because we were always cool with people, and we were. We didn't kiss ass. We never kissed ass.
Like chicks were buying.
We didn't kiss ass.
I kept ass back ended the money, but you know what I mean. This would happen or that would happen. All of a sudden, oh, there's fucking $7,000.
But we were always cool with people. There was people who showed up at our shows in wheelchairs.
When?
And down at Annie's, and also the place in Columbus.
I remember I saw you guys at Peabody's when
and I mean, there was some people who showed up and they wanted to come and party on the bus. Guess what? Me and Jade and I both picked up this person and put them inside the bus and the RV bus, whatever you want to call
Look,
it.
man,
we were cool like that, and we were like, you know, this is what we are about. This is who we are.
There was no dickheads in this band.
No, there weren't
at all.
Not unless you did something to us.
You were like a brother. Hey, motherfucker.
Yeah, you know
what I mean. This can't happen. I know we let you go far. This can't fucking happen.
If you were cool with us, you
guys left me
cool.
alone. You guys completely left me.
We were very cool. We were very cool with you, but there were people who showed up like that, and you know they wanted to come on and party, and it's like, all right, cool.
We haven't mentioned Yoko Ono.
but no, we you know, and that's what
Amber Rocks Midnight was her real fucking name.
But
hi, Amber.
But we were like that on tour. It happened. It happened more than once.
He was there.
So it wasn't a fluke, and everybody in the band was like that. Everybody was super cool. If somebody wanted an autograph or somebody wanted a picture, nobody in this band thought we were any, and I still don't think that, or never would think that. You know, I see people who become famous that, you know, oh, they won't give you the time of day. You know,
not like they're famous. Trust me.
Right, exactly. But I'm just saying, it's like, I don't understand that attitude. I don't get it, because
I look at it this way, man. There's a pie out there, and everybody has a piece of it that has gone to a certain point in a career. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's a piece of it. You know, me having someone in Japan say, "Dude, you're one of my favorite fucking bands." That you know, that's a piece to me. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of that, plus the poster, and even right now, I think we have an extremely small piece of the pie. It's really small,
right? But
it's there.
And as far the last time
I wanted to be a somewhat of a rock star, I guess you'd call that.
Right.
Ever since I was 5 years old, there's fuckers people might listen to this, known me my whole life.
And the last
and knows it was music that was it. Wow, man, just said, fuck this fucking kid.
The last time I checked, and it's been a few years, trust me, and I may be wrong on this, but I believe the last time I checked, I mean, Legs Up was in 22 countries. There was people buying or downloading CD stuff in 22 countries. So it's like, wow, you know, we
I never expected that.
No, yeah, nobody expected us to, and you know, we never toured outside of the United States.
I don't even know the story why you put out Sledgehammer the Legs Up years, because I wasn't around. I didn't know about any of this shit. You fuckers didn't tell me nothing, but we didn't talk for 8 years, man. I ran into him at a bar, and we had mutual friends, and that actually turned into a 9-year relationship that, you know, people that know me know what that is, but I didn't know about any of that shit. And all of a sudden, I'm like, cool, my music's out there a little bit, you know.
I mean, look at you, Sandy. You're in Argentina,
right?
Right.
I'm in fucking Brunswick, fucking Ohio.
You're talking, you know, you're talking to two guys from Legs Up that never toured outside of the United States, basically, and yet you know about us in Argentina.
Right. And not like 30 years ago. You know about us now. I mean,
right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And
so
I don't know what the fuck is happening.
But
I'm
cool.
I'm cool. I just thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking enjoy this.
But you know, like I said, you know, thanks to everybody. Thanks to you. Thanks for doing this.
There's more, Santy. So
but
maybe we'll talk again. Is that cool?
Yeah, I mean, we can do a part.
That's cool. I mean,
if you only have like 2 listeners, I agree why you wouldn't do this again. But you know, let us know when you're going to release this. A few people, I'm not going to tell many people because I just don't want to say, oh, I was on the fucking radio. I really don't give a fuck. It's just cool.
And out there for the people in Rock and Roll Wasteland,
you know me.
And the people out there in Rock and Roll Wasteland, we tried. This is our 3rd attempt to try to get this 4th. Is it our 4th?
The fucking first time here. We were supposed to do this a month ago.
Yeah, we've been trying to get this done.
Johnny's a busy fucking cat. I work fucking 5-6 days a week sometimes. You know what I mean? and you know, you got to get together and do this.
Right.
So finally, we figured it out. We meet here, blah blah. I was
Right.
nervous as a motherfucker. I was glad that motherfucking phone didn't work. Anyways, so our phones wouldn't hook up.
Right.
So
I have a flip phone, by the way.
so then I called David. You know, so I fuck off. So then I called David. David's, you know, he's a little younger, not much, but he's, you know, I got about
Right.
12 years on his ass, but I'm fucking old.
Oh, yeah, you know what? We forgot to thank David. This wouldn't happen without David.
David's done a lot of things for me, man.
I totally forgot to bring him up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's standing right here, and I'm talking about thanking everybody else, and here I am forgetting to thank David. This would not have happened without David, because he's a computer guy who was able to make this happen.
So I called David, like, dude, our fucking phones would not hook up to this fucking thing. He keeps saying error. I go, look, I'm a retard with this shit. Johnny's a retard with this shit.
Right.
We have $100 fucking phones because we really don't give a fuck.
Right. 100.
I paid
Mine was $29.
Anyways, so I called Dave, like, dude, this is what's happening. Can you help? And Dave's like, yeah, man, boom, let's go. So we picked another day. Then something happened with David that he couldn't control, so we had to cancel that fucking time.
Right.
Then we set up another date. Sandy, you had a personal thing that you couldn't do, so I was like, well, I told John, like, well, look, man, we owed him one, right? Fuck,
yeah,
you know?
and hey, hopefully everything worked out on your end with that.
Yeah.
I want to bring that up.
Thing, yeah.
It was a personal thing you had happen, and we hope everything worked out with you on that. Hope everything turned out good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, appreciate you putting up with all of our antics that happened on this end, because like
there's
I said,
more, dude.
there's just
Trust me, we'll probably end this thing and just things just pop in my fucking head.
But
or he'll say something, I'll remember something, you know.
But
we can always do a bonus episode. We can always do a bonus episode.
Right on, man.
But it's funny because when it didn't happen the first time or the second time, the first thing that popped into my head was, yep, that's typical legs up shit.
Legs up shit.
That's
dude.
typical legs up shit.
Nothing
came easy for this band.
Right.
We worked it hard.
After the third time, it was real easy just to go, well, fuck this shit. I'm done. This ain't meant to be. We never even mentioned that. In fact, we were saying David was having trouble getting on tonight.
Yeah, he was having trouble.
Our out plan was, hey, man, let's go to David's house in Maria.
Yeah, we were trying to figure it out.
Because, you know what, this was just going to happen. And this is just, like I said, man, if you knew me or have known me my whole fucking life, I don't do this shit.
We worked it, though. We worked, and that was.
I put some shit on Facebook and some stuff that I did in the past because it's fucking cool. I don't give a shit.
We called it the black cloud. There was always a black cloud over legs up.
Oh, by the way, the reason my kid's a Pittsburgh fan, I forgot to fucking say this. Browns fans out there, I'm sorry. His mother was a Pittsburgh fan, and his first years in life, I'd see him maybe a couple times a year. I'd fly to Nashville. That's where they lived. And she brought him up a Pittsburgh fan, and he's a true fan. Never left. Never really had to leave, you cocksucker. Right. But he never left. He's a true fan. And I'm good with that. Okay. I'm cool with that. Ravens, fuck him. I wouldn't even fucking talk to this kid if he was a Ravens fan. No, I wouldn't. Fuck his ass.
But the bottom line is, like I said, we had problems doing this interview. And this is like our third or fourth try doing this. Dude. And you know what? That shows you the resilience of why they became as little as they became.
And also,
we
Sandy,
just
thank
never
you for
quit.
Talking. You know, during this month that we were trying this, thank you for talking to me and filling me in. And he made me feel comfortable. He made me feel, all right, this guy seems cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'll talk to him.
Right.
It doesn't seem like he's out for anything. You know what I mean? You know, and I think maybe he just digs.
We don't have anything. What's he out for? I mean, you can't get blood from a rock, you know. But you know, it's just like I said, it's all about the fans. It's all about music. Period. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what music you play.
It's all about the time.
It's all
about the time.
It's all about the good times, the bad times that we went through.
Anybody was there.
Yeah.
Knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The parking lot in the Coliseum, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
The tailgating.
All that.
All the
tailgating
shit, and shit that don't happen today.
And then the people in LA, everywhere, dude.
You can look that shit
rock
up.
And roll down.
You can look up. You can look up the Sunset Strip, and you can see tons of how
this wasn't
crowded.
Easy shit to do.
And it was not easy.
No.
But
and no one will say it was.
It goes back to the resiliency of how we constantly would get roadblocks thrown in front of us, and we still fought through it until it got done.
We've
just
talked
like
about
this interview.
Shit, if we actually did make it, got signed, hit a tour, You know what I mean? Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. You said I'd be dead by the end of the tour.
I'd still be out in the parking lot trying to get a damn tailgate party going.
Danny's dead. Who we going to call?
I'd still be out there trying to do that.
Oh, and by the way, we'll get that to another show.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean,
dude, Santi, you're gonna have to end this because we're just gonna keep fucking going.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you, man. Whatever you want to do next, man. We're all game. We're having fun.
Yeah,
it's all good.
I mean, well, we can wrap it up with. I always close with a little top 3 favorite albums.
Top 3 favorite albums?
Yeah.
You know, I heard this question was coming, man.
All right. All right.
You know, it's got to be really. It's got, you know. I grew up with the Beatles. My mother was young, man. You know, she was real young, and so it's got Abbey Road. Was just I still to this day can't.
All right, how about?
Let me fucking do my 3.
Okay, do your 3.
Physical Graffiti, Destroyer. There's so
2.
many. No, dude. Abbey fucking Road.
Okay, that's 1.
Physical fucking Graffiti.
That's 2.
And Destroyer. You
okay, that's 3. Okay.
Dude, you're not driving, motherfucker.
All right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with.
So many.
I'm gonna go. I guess a little. I'm gonna like go kind of outside the lines here, if that's.
I know where you're going.
If that's okay, is that okay?
CB.
Yeah. Is that okay?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the guy that started it all. I'm gonna go with the king of rock and roll, Chuck Berry.
Isn't that kind of why you liked how I played?
Okay. I'm going to go with
Didn't I fuse that in
Chuck Berry is the king of rock and roll. Okay, not Elvis. Yeah. It's Chuck Berry. Okay, and I'm sure I'll get some flack for that, but I don't care. Okay, and he didn't really release albums. They released singles back then.
Brought the cool.
Okay, but so did Berry.
Chuck brought the guitar.
Sandy, you never saw us play live, but I used to duck walk across stage.
Oh, dude.
Okay, I did that.
Tape.
Okay,
it looks like you should see his fucking hair.
So I'm going to go with I'm not, you know, obviously Chuck Berry didn't put out a record.
You did the spin too, because I used to fucking sit there and play with you while you were spinning.
I'm going to go with Chuck Berry as totally a big influence. I grew up on oldies music. I grew up with Buddy Holly, Chuck Berry, you know, Fats Domino. I grew up with that stuff, even though it was outdated even when I was a kid. I just loved the music. But then that transformed into, after I met Chris, the lead singer, it transformed into AC/DC. I loved AC/DC. Okay. Huge.
So huge in my life.
And then
humongous. God damn it.
I got to go with, if there was one album that really put it all together between AC/DC and Chuck Berry, I'm going to have to go with Shout at the Devil by Motley Crue.
Actually, I think I'm switching, man, to fucking, you know, I think I'm going to Destroyer because that just changed.
Now, in his mind. See how see what I had to put up with back in the band days? See this? It's happening all over again.
The physical is a fucking masterpiece. It's
okay, great. Those are yours. Those are yours.
Queen.
I know, but those are yours. Those are yours. He asked us.
Dude, we gotta let this guy go.
Okay, I'm just saying. I know. I'm just saying.
Well, you talking like
so I'm going with, like I said, Chuck Berry, AC/DC, and Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil. Even though, you know, that's an album, the other 2 were, you know, basically groups or a single solo artist. But that's who I'm going with.
You done?
Awesome.
You know?
All right, guys. So
Santi, we should let you go, man. I've been sitting on the floor too long. It's starting to fucking hurt.
All right. Okay. So I love talking with you guys.
Dude, I think we get the fuck up.
Yeah. I love talking with you guys. I could talk with you for hours. So one day, if I
told you, didn't I?
Yeah,
I told you, did I not?
I'll take you guys out for a beer. How that sound?
Dude, if you ever show up here in America, man, let us know, because we'll fucking hook up here in Ohio and hang out and fucking all day hang out.
Pick you up.
And we'll just fucking hang out and have a good time. And doesn't matter what we listen to or whatever.
It's vinyl collection, man.
It's all good, man.
I already told him you don't even need a hotel. You just
You don't need any room and board, dude. We'll you can sleep in the back of my pickup truck, dude. It's all good.
Come on, I'll let you see the guy.
So, all right, Sandy. Anything else?
Man, thank you, sir.
No, I think we got an episode here. I'm sure
Thanks,
we're gonna
brother.
do.
Please, will you put me in the picture?
Yeah, I will.
That
Sorry
shit
for
was
that.
released when I was, that shit was released after me, man. But there's a lot of my
Yeah.
blood on that fucking Legs Up CD.
Yep.
A lot
It
of
is.
my blood on it.
That's
And
true.
I just, you know what? And I deserve the fucking credit, Chris.
And he does.
Sucker.
No denying that. He does. And he's thanked on the CD that I released with the Legs Up days. He's on the.
I bet that's what I'm talking about.
He's thanked on there. I put him on there, so he's there.
My blood's all over that CD. Man.
So
Yeah.
it's all good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all good.
All right, brother. Thank you for letting us get this shit out. I've been wanting to tell this story for a long time, man, and people actually hear it because it's. I swear to God, it's all the truth, man. I don't know what else to fucking say. I know if I was sitting at home thinking, listen to these fucking assholes on a fucking thing, man.
And hey, I just want to add, if we,
dude, there's so much.
If we forgot anybody, sorry, we're old. We're sorry, we forgot you. But you know what? If you were a part of it,
keys, and I have to make sure I don't lock myself fucking out because I left the keys in the goddamn apartment.
If we forgot
every
you,
day I got to check. I have a 5 big checklist to check.
You know who you are, and you know what's up, and we know. So, well, we don't know because I forgot, obviously, but you'll remind us. So, thank you.
Sandy, thank you, sir. We'll be in touch. Cole.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's end this, man.
All right, man. Cool. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you, sir. It was
Have a good night,
more
guys.
fun than I thought. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks. Have a good night.
You can't even walk, you old fucking cocksucker.
Bye. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Alright, folks. Sadly, that's all the time we have for today, but what an episode, right? Don't forget to hit the follow button on Spotify and share it with your friends. You can also follow us on Instagram at hollywood.dreams.podcast. And rock on!